Please subscribe to my channel to help me grow. The sound of her whisper sliced through the darkness and yanked me awake. Get dressed, don't ask questions. Her voice trembled, the kind of tremble that doesn't come from fear alone but from something heavier. I sat up fast, heart pounding as if it had been waiting for this moment, as if some part of me already knew something was wrong. I'm her wife. I've loved her for 8 years. Yet in that moment, watching her chest rise and fall too quickly, seeing her eyes avoid mine, I felt an old, unspoken dread crawl up my spine, the kind you swallow for months but never quite digest. I dressed silently while she hurried around the room, barely breathing. Her hands shook when she picked up her keys. I pretended not to notice, because pretending had become a quiet habit in our marriage. The night outside was cold and thick, the kind that muffles sound and sharpens instinct. She drove without turning on the radio, gripping the wheel so tightly her knuckles blanched. Streetlights flickered over her face, revealing flashes of guilt she tried to hide each time I looked at her. "Where are we going?" I finally asked. She didn't answer. Her throat bobbed, and she blinked fast. That was the moment the fear in my chest twisted into suspicion. Not new suspicion. Familiar. The kind I'd talked myself out of before, telling myself I was imagining things, that she was stressed, that love meant trust, and trust meant silence. We stopped in front of a small apartment building on the edge of town. Not a place we'd ever visited. Not a place she should have known. "Come with me," she whispered. The hallway smelled like stale perfume and old carpet. She walked ahead, her steps quick, like she wanted to get to something or get away from it. I followed, my stomach tightening with every breath. She stopped at a door on the 3rd floor, apartment 3C. Her hand hovered in the air, shaking hard now. "Before I knock," she murmured, "I need you to stay calm." Calm. The word felt like a blade. She knocked 3 times. The door opened, and a woman stared back at us. Younger than me, pretty, wearing one of my wife's sweatshirts. I recognized it instantly because I'd bought it for her last winter. My breath shattered, just completely shattered. The woman's face drained as soon as she saw me. She looked at my wife, then at me again, panic spreading across her features. My wife whispered, "I told her I'd end it tonight." She didn't believe me. I felt the floor tilt beneath my feet. End it. Not start it. End it. Which meant it had been going on long enough to require an ending. "Say something," my wife begged. I laughed. I didn't mean to. Tore out of me sharp and broken. "How long?" "A few months," she said, eyes glistening. "It was a mistake. I was lonely. You were busy. We stopped talking. I kept telling myself I'd fix things with you first, but I was running from everything. From myself. From you. I was cowardly." The honesty stung more than a lie. The other woman stepped back, folding her arms like she wanted to disappear. "I didn't know she was married at first," she whispered. "When I found out, I tried to cut it off too." My wife covered her face. I'd never seen her cry like that. Not with regret. Not with something close to self-disgust. I should have screamed, maybe hit something, demanded explanations. But all I felt was a strange, hollow clarity. A quietness I didn't expect. Like the truth had been sitting beside me for months, waiting to be acknowledged. "You woke me up at 3 in the morning," I whispered. "Because you finally decided to tell the truth?" "No," she said, shaking. "Because she called me tonight saying she was done being a secret. I didn't want you to find out from her. I wanted you to hear it from me." The twist hit me slow, painful, devastating. This wasn't just betrayal. This was the person I loved trying, in the most flawed way possible, to choose honesty at the very end. But endings don't erase wounds. They just expose them. I turned away from both of them. "I'm done," I whispered. "Not because you cheated, but because you waited until the consequence stood at your door before choosing the truth." My footsteps echoed down the hallway, the cold air swallowing me whole. Behind me, she sobbed my name, but I didn't turn back.